Welcome to Cafe y Chisme. This is Ivan.
This is Myra.
And today we're just going to be talking a little bit about ourselves and our origin. So for me, I was born in San Antonio and I actually grew up and I was raised in Arlington, Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go Cowboys. I'm son of immigrant parents who migrated from El Salvador, and I have an older sibling. I just grew up in a humble house. Parents were pretty strict, but I feel that all of that molded me into the person that I am today. What about you?
I grew up in a small town. I have two older sisters, and I'm the baby of the family. So growing up in a small town and being the baby of the family really shaped who I am.
It's two different households for sure. Because I grew up in a big city. You grew up in a small town. So it's like, how did this happen?
Yeah. Well, this happened through mutual friends. We met in a group setting. So we had no idea that we would end up together. Like looking back, like we met it in a group and we were both out with friends. And once we started talking and dating, like we look back and we just think like, who knew that day that we met that we would be married with children?
That's crazy. I mean, whenever I first saw you, all I could think was, damn, she's fine. And I had to get her number some way, somehow. But no, I mean, it was just organic and we really spent a lot of time together, like talking about those 2 a.m., 3 a.m. conversations.
We would talk for hours until he would fall asleep on the phone.
I would fall asleep. I remember that. But I mean, a lot of what drew me into you and what attracted me to you was we just had, I mean, although we grew up in different households and how we were raised, we still had the same values and we just had a lot in common. And I just think we hit it off from there at that point.
Yeah, what drew me to you was that you were so respectful and very assertive, and we could talk about anything and everything.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at us now, we have 2 kids. We have our son, Christian, and our daughter, Mila. And just kind of looking back at the journey, it's like, wow. Like what I love about our story is that we built everything together. I was living paycheck to paycheck for sure. And I was still trying to find my way, in life. I think you coming into my life really helped me become a better person, really got me in shape, organized. And, I remember those dates where I knew I wanted to take you out and I would have to save up money and I didn't have the money to do it, especially living paycheck to paycheck, having to pay off rent and all those things. I remember eating 99-cent tacos from Jack in the Box. But, that's just how much like I was invested in you and I just wanted to keep it going. How do you feel about me? I guess, how do you feel about like our journey together, like how we've built everything?
Like I could see that. I could see that you, like you wouldn't let me pay for anything. And even though like I knew you weren't making much, like you were like putting me first and like you were sacrificing like having to eat tacos just to take me out to eat. Even though I did offer to pay multiple times, but yeah, you're just a total gentleman and you were so sweet to me and I really appreciated that.
Yeah, and there's a lot more we can get into. Obviously, having kids, being able to, go through the process of moving from an apartment to a house and just our whole life. I mean, there's just a lot more to get into.
Yeah, we have grown so much financially. We've motivated each other individually, professionally. We've achieved so much to be able to buy a house and for me to be able to stay home and raise our children. And, we've done so much together. We've traveled to Europe when our son was 1. And that was like a huge experience that was so memorable to me that we got to do together.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something we prioritize is trips, just really making sure that our life doesn't change even though we have kids. And even though it may look different, right, that we just kept our common goal true to make sure that, we're still living that same lifestyle. So,
Yeah, we have a lot of things in common. Like we love to travel, we love to try new foods and places. We love to host parties at our house. And so we,
there's a lot to talk about.
yeah. Yep. So this was just a little sneak peek about us. Stay tuned to find out more.
Chismosos.